Good morning, Savva from Savva Talk Spurs here. Hope you are all well on this lovely Wednesday. And more importantly than Wednesday, it is match day. It is West Ham versus Tottenham Hotspur at the Olympic Stadium. And it is a London derby. And it's a derby where we've had mixed fortunes over the years. We tend to struggle against West Ham. Apart from last year where we did have a really resounding victory against them. But other than that, we have struggled with a couple of 1-0 defeats at their ground. They tend to raise their game and it tends to be their cup final. However, I can't see that happening this time. Whilst I think it's going to be a tough game, whilst I don't think this is going to be a walkover, I do think we will come away with the 3 points. I think West Ham have made some very good signings, some very shrewd signings. I just don't know if they're all embedded yet and if they found the rhythm and whether or not they've got a settled 11 that can really start kicking on. I think they'll be absolutely fine, West Ham. I just feel like at the moment they're not really in that groove. However, it always tends to be that when I'm positive for a result, it comes back to bite me in the bum. I am going to go with 2-1 or 3-1 today, though. I do think they will score. I think this is going to be a real tricky tactical battle for West Ham because teams that do well against Spurs are the teams that sit back, right? That don't allow Kulusevski's son Kane to get in behind, then forcing Kane to drop deep to try and create. Will West Ham do that? I'm not sure they will. I think there might be a bit of pressure on them to come out and attack us. They've just won their first game in 4. So there's two ways of looking at this. Was that because they played a really poor Aston Villa team, who are terrible, by the way, or was that them finally finding some rhythm? We'll find out tonight. So let's hope that we make it 4 defeats out of 5. It's always an interesting one when we play West Ham. There's no love lost. Always a good battle. I think a lot of this is going to be about the midfield battle. We know how good Declan Rice is. Souček seems to have gone off the boil from what I've seen and from what my West Ham mates tell me, especially in the last kind of 6 months or sort of the back end of last season and the beginning of this. But we know what Declan Rice is about. So we don't want to let him get his foot on the ball and start to dictate play. So for me, that brings me to my first talking point on Savva's Daily Thought. And hello to you all. Please like and subscribe. My first talking point is going to be that I think we're going to see Yves Bissouma play tonight. Rodrigo Bentancur came off with a suspected concussion. The rumours, love a rumour, that he will not start tonight, which gives us a great opportunity to see Yves Bissouma alongside Højbjerg. Now, I'm the first one to say I don't want to see that as a 2 long-term moving forward. I don't feel there's enough there. I don't feel there's enough creativity there, enough goals. But what it is for a London derby, I think that there's a lot of battle between those two. And what Yves Bissouma does bring to the team is that tenacious, that bite, that mopping up in the midfield, carrying the ball forward. So looking forward to seeing Yves Bissouma start tonight. And I really hope he does. I want to start seeing some of these new players embedded in. And start changing up. I feel we've become, whilst the results have been phenomenal, I feel we've started to become a little bit predictable, a little bit mundane in the way that we're playing. And as I said before, you all have a go at me. That's fine, I think, but that needs to evolve. I don't think it's sustainable over the course of the season. So hopefully Yves Bissouma goes into the team tonight and we see a new dynamic in central midfield. I guess there's going to be question marks in and around Christian Romero. Whether he can play, I haven't seen anything yet. So by the time this premieres, I'm sure people will know if he is going to play or not. Does Longley come in at last for his debut or first start? Who plays? Is it going to be Perisic or Sessegnon? Is it going to be Royal or Spence or Doherty? And then I suppose the big one, the talking point that's been going on for a couple of weeks now is, does Richarlison start? Lots of people have different schools of thought around this. You can look at it in one of 2 ways. You can say that, okay, we're going to start him against Fulham and save Son for the Champions League. All I know is that for me, I think this guy deserves a start. He's come on. He's looked lively. He's not the most accomplished player in the world from my point of view, but he does offer you that fight, that energy, that determination. He closes defenders down. He gets in their face. They're rolling around. Don't get me wrong, all of that annoys me, but it annoys defenders more. So is it time we see Richarlison start? You tell me, what are your thoughts? Does Richarlison start? Here is my predicted 11 for tonight. Now, again, it's just a predicted 11 of what I think Conte will do. This isn't what I want to see. Trust me, I don't want to see a few of these ever in the team. So we've got here, I've gone for the obvious with Hugo Lloris in goal. Davis, I think, will continue at left centre-back. Dyer is the only real centre-back we've got, so he will play. Central, not centre-back, central centre-back. And then I think, again, it will be between Romero and Sanchez. I think that we might see Perisic drop to the bench for this one. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. He seems adamant to get Sessegnon in this team. As you all know, he's not for me, Sessegnon. I don't feel there's anything about him as a footballer, but I do think that he'll start tonight. And I think that Royal will retain his place. I would like to see Spence or Doherty given a game. I'm, again, not a fan of Emerson Royal. I think he's a very poor footballer, but Conte likes him. That's what matters, right? Then, as just talked about before, I think we'll go with a midfield two of Højbjerg and Bissouma, assuming that Bentancur's not fit to play. Otherwise, I would, if he's fit to play, it's like Conte to just go with Højbjerg and Bentancur. And then up front, I don't think he'll change it. I'm not saying that's what I would do, but I believe that he will keep this front free. And then I think we'll probably see a little bit more rotation at the weekend against Fulham, with the first team players coming back in for the Champions League game next week. I will actually be on holiday for that, so I'm going to have to find somewhere on holiday to watch the Champions League game. I think it's great to see Kane in form. We talked about this the other day on the Daily Fault. Really good to see Harry Kane in form. Long may that continue. There's a few players up at the top of that goal-scoring charts at the moment, rivaling Kane. You've obviously got Haaland on 6. Mitrovic has got 5. And then you've got Kane, Rodrigo, and Zaha. I'm just checking if there's anyone else on 4. Kane, Rodrigo, and Zaha on 4. Mitrovic on 5. Haaland on 6. So could this be a chance for Kane to get some more goals on the board? Now, I feel like today already, I think this is going to be one of those seasons where it's imperative we don't drop silly games. Now, whilst I'm not saying West Ham is a silly game, West Ham aren't in the best of form. And what we've got to do is, just looking at the league table here, is you would assume that from tonight's fixtures, and again, assuming is bad, right? I was taught a long time ago, assuming makes an arse out of you and me. We've all heard the saying. But if you were a betting man, which I am not, not with the bookies anyway, you would assume that Arsenal will beat Aston Villa at home. Aston Villa have been really, really poor. Arsenal are playing really well. I can only see one result from that game. You would assume, again, that Manchester City will beat Nottingham Forest at Man City. I think this will be a game where they tear them apart, and Haaland will probably fill his boots if he starts. And you would assume that Liverpool bounce back with a 9-0 win against Bournemouth. Newcastle at home, I would assume that Liverpool would win as well. So my point is, we need to beat West Ham to keep that momentum, keep up with those teams. It's early. I'm not saying that any team that loses ground at the moment will never catch up, but you don't want to lose ground. You know, if Arsenal win and we don't, that's already a 5-point gap. We don't want to start creating those gaps, no matter how early in the season. Equally, if we slip up and Liverpool win, they're 2 points behind us. If we slip up and Man United win, they're 1 point behind. All of a sudden, these teams that were terrible and we were going to leave behind. So it's really important for me that we get those 3 points. And it could be, if Man City and Arsenal slip up, it could be that we finish the night top of the table. Still early days. It's been a very good start to the season. Let me know your thoughts. Please put your thoughts in the chat. I'm always happy to hear the thoughts. And keep it clean. Keep it, nothing personal, people. Keep it clean. I think definitely my mantra moving forward is going to be to try and create some peace. And always remember, it's just football. I will also be live tonight with Henry Wright TV, doing a watch along on Henry Wright's channel. So if you get the chance, join us for that. Just a couple of bits and pieces on transfer news. There are, I mean, what are we looking at now? 24, we're looking at 33 36 hours of the window to go. What do we think will happen at Spurs? Do we think anything's going to happen? The names we're hearing at the moment, Traore, Dan James, it's very underwhelming for me. What do you guys think? Is there going to be a rabbit in the hat? Are we going to do what Chelsea did yesterday and suddenly just go bang, bang with top players? I don't think so, but who do you think it will be? It'd be lovely, wouldn't it, for Spurs to give us a last day surprise, a proper surprise, a top player. I don't think we will, but what do you guys think? Other than that, guys, let's hope for 3 points tonight. I think we'll get them. I think I predicted 13 points from 15 games at the beginning of the season, so I hope that's correct. So far, I've got every result right. I'm hoping to get this one right as well. And let me know what you guys think. P.S. Fulham is a tricky game. Fulham look a decent little team. Just putting that out there. Guys and girls, thank you very much. Please like, please continue to subscribe. We're about 140 away from the 2,000 mark, and I couldn't have done it without you. Much love, and as always, come on, you Spurs.